20 Unbelievable Did You Know Facts. You may find tidbits of information beginning with did you know seemingly anywhere. We're always looking for interesting, new information, whether on Snapple caps or during trivia nights. Did you know facts are great because they are simple to pass along to others. Sending a brief text with a wacky did you know tidbit is a great way to reconnect with old friends, or impress new ones. For your brain food pleasure, here's a plethora of did you know facts that you probably haven't heard before. 1. Did you know that viruses are not living organisms? Viruses are not alive since they lack cells and a nervous system, neither of which are required for survival. Since they lack the ability to metabolize their food into usable energy, they are essentially lifeless chemical packets outside of a host, as stated by Discover magazine. 2. Did you know 3 U.S. presidents have won Grammys? Former President Jimmy Carter has won 3 Grammy Awards in the Best Spoken Word Album category. The first was for Our Endangered Values, America's Moral Crisis in 2007. Next came A Full Life, Reflections at 90 in 2016. Finally, Faith, A Journey for All in 2019. In 2004, Bill Clinton won Best Spoken Word Album for My Life. Just a year prior, in 2003, he won the Best Spoken Word Album for Children with Prokofiev, Peter and the Wolf/Bantus, Wolf Tracks. Finally, Barack Obama has won a couple of golden megaphones. He won Best Spoken Word Album in 2006 for narrating his book, Dreams from My Father audiobook. In 2008, he took home another one when he took home the Grammy for Best Spoken Word Album for the audiobook version of The Audacity of Hope. 3. Did you know you can survive in space without a suit? I mean, seriously, it was just for a minute and a half at most. Humans need that much time in space before they lose consciousness from lack of oxygen. In 1965, while working in a vacuum chamber, a technician unintentionally released air pressure from his suit. He blacked out after 12 to 15 seconds, but his suit was repressurized 27 seconds later. The man, as reported by Scientific American, remembers the wetness on his tongue beginning to boil and a loss of taste sense that persisted for 4 days after the mishap. Next, 4. Did you know that letter Q is the only letter that doesn't appear in any U.S. state name? Go through the 50 nifty states list, and we can guarantee you won't find any state with the letter Q in its name. 5. Did you know Meghan Markle and Prince Harry are incredibly distant cousins? The old wives' tale that we're attracted to people who look like our parents may be debatable, but the Duke and Duchess of Sussex share more than just a marriage. They share an ancestor dating 15 generations back. But they're not the first royals to be married and related, more royals married their relatives. 6. Did you know instrument strings were made from animals? The strings of string instruments were originally made from the guts of animals, like sheep or lambs. And now, instrument makers have transitioned to metal wiring. But before metal, it was common for all string instruments to be made from the guts of the animals, geographically available to the makers. 7. Did you know there were male engagement rings once? You know the story. The man spends a small fortune for a ring, kneels, and pops the question. Well, in 1926, jewelers paired with advertisers to sell the concept of the man engagement ring. The male engagement rings had names like the Pilot, the Stag, and the Master. 8. Did you know Viking men wore makeup? It's no doubt that Vikings were some of the toughest men in history books. However, they cared about their appearance enough that makeup was a part of their everyday routine. Next, 9. Did you know Queen Elizabeth II kept track of when she wore each outfit? Some say that Queen Elizabeth never repeats a hat. If she does, it may be years until she wears one again, and there appears to be a spreadsheet documenting her daily wardrobe. The question now is, where does she put all of those hats? The many hats and purses she carried on public appearances were on display in a one-time-only museum exhibit. This massive history of the Queen's craziest headgear will fill you in if you missed the display. 10. Did you know some common hand gestures are offensive in other countries? In several countries, the devil horns hand sign commonly used during rock concerts is considered offensive. In Europe and South America, this gesture is used to indicate that a man's wife has been unfaithful to him. The word cuckold means horned in Italian, Spanish, and Greek, which is where the etymological connection to the word's current meaning originates. 11. Did you know strengths is the longest word in the English language with one vowel? The word strengths is the longest one-vowel word in the English language, according to Guinness World Records. It has 9 letters, 8 of which are consonants. Scrunched and strengthen are the 2 longest one-syllable words in the English language. While squirreled has been suggested as a possible addition, most dictionaries specify that the squirrel should be pronounced as 2 syllables, squirrel. 2 long one-syllable words that share only 9 letters are screeched and strengths. 12. Did you know 40% of human jobs could be replaced by AI in the future? Expert in artificial intelligence Kai-Fu Lee predicted that in 20 years, similarly skilled robots would replace 40% of human professions, creating a future that is disturbingly similar to the one depicted in the film WALL-E. It's possible that motorists will be affected the worst, but fortunately the future may hold many exciting work opportunities for you. 13. Did you know you can get your eyeballs tattooed? You don't have to stop at your eyes to have a full-body tattoo. Extreme tattoo enthusiasts often get colors ranging from green to purple injected into the whites of their eyes. However, discomfort and extended double vision or impaired vision are 2 possible side effects. 14. Did you know Disneyland has an underground tunnel system? Some people may mistake these for hidden treasures beneath Disney parks, but they're not. Because characters were sneaking across other realms on their way to their assignments, ruining the enchantment, tunnels were constructed to prevent this. Since the tunnels connect the 2 areas, you won't see any spacemen from Tomorrowland in the Frontierland area. 15. Did you know your body loses up to 8% water on a flight? To put it simply, water is essential to the proper functioning of the human body. During a flight, you lose roughly 8% of the water in your body. This is due to the fact that humidity levels in a controlled setting can be reduced to as little as 10% to 15%. 16. Did you know wind on Mars is audible? Put on your headphones with the most bass possible. The NASA InSight lander on Mars picked up the first recorded sounds of Martian wind through vibrations. With the aid of headphones, the wind can be heard at a humanly audible decibel level. 17. Did you know your skin sheds? In about a month, your present skin will have shed its 30,000 to 40,000 cells daily and be replaced by new skin. While you were watching this video, more than 100 of those cells undoubtedly shed. But it renews itself just as rapidly as it decays. To make place for a new layer of skin, exfoliating twice a week is recommended. 18. Did you know your liver's size fluctuates significantly throughout the day? An international group of researchers, led by Swiss experts, found that the liver cells of mice grew and shrank by as much as 40% while the animals went about their normal routines. Meanwhile, a 1986 study found that when a person is sleeping, the liver increases by about 20% between day and night because it doesn't work hard. More study is required to determine if this phenomenon occurs in humans. 19. Santa Claus was given an official pilot's license in 1927. If you live in the United States on Christmas Eve, you can rest easy knowing that Santa Claus is not breaking any laws by piloting his sleigh around the globe. Assistant Secretary of Commerce for Aeronautics, William McCracken, issued the red-suited Good Times Man a pilot's certificate in 1927. 20. Did you know trees can communicate? The trees in my yard have voices. The Wood Wide Web, a network of fungi connecting the trees' roots, allowing them to pool their resources. They communicate with one another by sharing food via the fungi. To give just one example, the oldest and strongest tree in the forest, known as a mother tree, will oftentimes share some of her sugars to the younger trees in the area.